We're paying attention to what's going on in the news, digging into interviews with agents, lawyers, people who have been in the room where these deals happen.
Everyone's definitely shocked at who's at the top of this list.
Bad Bunny!
It's only been a hot minute, but this guy, who only cool people had heard of until last week,
Gracias.
made a lot of money last year.
Bad Bunny is relatively new to the scene compared to the rest of this top 10 list, and it just shows what kind of rocket ship that Bad Bunny is on.
Known for his wild mix of Caribbean reggae and Latin trap, earning only $6 million less than T-Swizzle. We all knew she'd be there, obviously. The hero raking in a casual $132 million in 2022.
The only woman on the top 10 list, and obviously she's had a massive year. I mean, you saw her break Ticketmaster.
The line has stopped moving. I waited in line for like 6 hours.
But despite making the cut, Tay-Tay and Bad Bunny have been outriched by some other rich people.
Yeah, he's chill.
Including Avatar director James Cameron.
I've picked up a few things along the way.
And the Rolling Stones, who made less cash than Brad Pitt.
This is incredible.
Who made less cash than The Simpsons creators.
Oh, $20.
Who raked in way less than their rivals.
Eat my shorts.
The South Park creators, who took home $230 million.
Well, it's just really bad animation and fart jokes.
Where do they come up with this stuff?
Mainly thanks to a mega $1 million deal with Paramount.
We want more money.
Then there's media mogul Tyler Perry, who you might remember from this.
We had 13 suitcases. You said stay as long as you need to. And I'm like, maybe we just stay forever.
All right, get out.
But perhaps the biggest shock, police frontman Sting coming in a hot second and at number one, pocketing a whopping $330 million. This guy. Phil Collins and his pals, 70s veteran rockers Genesis.
I'm kind of physically challenged a bit. I can barely hold a stick.
So what you're seeing with these legacy acts, like Genesis, like Sting, they're selling their catalog. So they have this huge body of work that these labels know they can make a lot of money off of it. So they just write one huge big check. And that's why you're seeing Genesis and Sting near the top of the list.
I can barely hold a stick.
Yeah, he's chill.
You can feel the money coming back again. Hold on. I don't know, maybe you can use that for something.
Genesis might want royalties on that.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah,
well, no, they can't get them
that
anymore because they sold.
Oh, yeah, they sold.
So those, I think you've got to factor those ones out, right? Because that's a one and done. You sell it once and then they're not in the list next year. No. It's the ones that are like, the Rolling Stones amazes me.
The big touring acts still seem to make a lot of money, but you have to be right at the top of the pile,
Well, the
right?
Rolling Stones were making $8 million a show on this last tour. $8 million.
That's about 70 years since they started. It's remarkable.
Yeah, and they just keep going. What I don't understand is the back catalogue sales, because it's like, aren't we all just streaming now? That surely that revenue's they're getting out at the right time.
Yeah, maybe. Well, they wouldn't sell if they didn't. What I also want to know is, of Taylor Swift's $132 million or whatever it was, how much came from you, Georgia Tony?
Probably $131.4 million.
Wow, that's...
Yeah.
She's on a pretty good weekend.
She's doing much better than we are, that's for sure.